Hey guys, it's Jacob. I wanted to make this video today so I could show you all my backpacking kit that I will be using for my upcoming Colorado Trail through hike that I'll be attempting this summer. I've really spent a lot of time dialing in my kit, and yeah, I really want to show you guys, and I want to hear some feedback, so you guys let me know what you think. Alright, so I'm going to start here with my gear list. So I'm going to basically show you how I have it laid out, and then I'll go over everything. So I kind of start with my big four up here in the top left corner. Down here I have miscellaneous stuff, electronics, and then my carried clothing in the middle, and my worn clothing on the far right side of the frame. So basically, yeah, I'm just going to start with the big stuff and we'll work our way kind of to the right. So starting off, I have my Z-Packs quilt. So this is a Z-Packs Classic. So it has the full zipper. This is the 10-degree quilt, and I love this quilt. It's really been great for me, and yeah, it's maybe a little more than a lot of people may need, but it really works for me. I'm a fairly cold sleeper actually, so that's my quilt. Next, I have my KS40. This is a KS made by KS Ultralight. This is a KS40 pack. I've actually done a review on this. I'll put a link to it in the description. But this is a fully featured pack, hip belts with a sit pad as a back panel. And yeah, this is a great pack. I'm really looking forward to using it. And there's the pack. Next, I have my tent. This is the Z-Packs Altiplex. It is in the camo. I really like that tent. One unique thing about that tent is it needs a tall trekking pole. It either needs a really tall trekking pole or an extension carbon fiber pole. I hated using the extension pole, so I actually have, this is a Comperdale Ultralight Vario 4. It is a carbon trekking pole that is tall enough to pitch my Altiplex, which has, it's basically a mid design, but super good in the wind. I love this tent and Comperdale trekking pole. So over here I have kind of my my luxury item for sure. This is a Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite Large. I do use the large. It's a 25-inch pad. I just prefer it. It is heavy. This weighs like 15.6 ounces on my scale, but I really love this pad. The other downside to a large pad is it's extremely difficult to blow up. So I do carry the Thermarest pump sack, which does weigh like 3.5 ounces. This is like my biggest pet peeve in my kit is this, but it saves the day. I blow up my air mattress with this Neo Air, and it takes about like 50, 60 big breaths to blow the large up, and it is literally a nightmare to do it without this sack. But one good thing about this pump sack is it doubles, basically has multiple uses. One big thing that I've learned is if it's going to be wet or I'm going to have to deal with condensation, I can actually put this over the end of my sleeping bag, and it really keeps my sleeping bag from getting damp and losing loft and that sort of thing. So that's one of the biggest things that I use it for. Also use it as a random stuff sack and things like that. Also with my tent, I have Z-Packs tent stake bag. And so basically I carry an assortment of stakes. I see a lot of folks carry, you know, all the same stake, and maybe that works for some people, but for me, I like to have an assortment because you never know what types of soil you're going to be dealing with and what types of situations. So I like being able to switch it up. So I have basically the carbon stakes. I have just the regular titanium shepherd hooks. And then I also have one large V-shaped titanium stake, which is good for my main center line on my my Altiplex. You need a little bit heavier duty. The one that the center line is what holds the doors, and there's a lot of pressure on that one single tie out guy line. So that's kind of what I do. That's how I do my steak setup, and that works really good for me. So on over here, basically my food bag kit. I do use a Z-Packs Cuban fiber food bag. This is an op sack, and which is an odor-proof sack. And then here's my this is 50 feet of Z-line and a bag to keep that in that I also use. I can put a rock in that, toss it up over a tree. Now, on the Colorado Trail, I know there's a lot of places that I may not be able to hang a bear line, and that's why I am deciding to also carry the op sack to really help with odor proofing, some of my food and that sort of thing. I am going no cook. That's one new change that I made, but I still will bring a spoon. This is actually a titanium spork for the off chance that I maybe pick up, some mashed potatoes or some ramen to cold soak or something like that. This is pretty self-explanatory. Toilet paper. You're a madman if you don't use toilet paper. Alright, so for my water filtration kit, this is brand new for me. I was using the Katadyn Be Free, but I had a lot of bad experiences with the Katadyn, really clogging up, and it was not reliable enough for me. So I made the switch to the CNOC Outdoors water bladder. This has got the large opening that you can really fill easily, and this is a 3 liter. The difference in weight for the 3 liter and the 2 liter is very minimal. So I got that, and I can attach my Sawyer. This is the new Sawyer micro squeeze. So this is going to be my setup. I've actually not used this setup yet. It's brand new to me, but I know this is a very effective setup, and I don't plan on having any issues with this setup. Next, smart water bottles. I actually do tend to use 1.5 liter bottles, mainly because they have a wider base and they sit up easier on the ground when filling. And also, it's just extra capacity if I need it for a dry camp or something like that. So there's that. Some miscellaneous stuff. Little pack towel. I have a little mini Swiss Army knife. This is a new pickup for me too that I've used a couple times now, and I'm in love with it. This is a Nightcore NU25 headlamp with the custom head strap. So this total weighs 1.1 ounces, and it's rechargeable. It's really a great headlamp. I'm in love with that. Now, kind of to my electronics in the Ditty Bag. So I am going to be carrying the Garmin InReach Mini. I picked this up. It is pricey, but for the weight, it weighs 3.5 ounces, and this is a lifesaver. I mean, literally and figuratively. It has SOS capabilities, rescue capabilities, and I can communicate with my wife anytime by having this device. So really, really cool. I'm excited about this. And also the mapping functions that come on the app that you get once you have a subscription are actually really, really good too. So there's that. Next, I just have a RAV Power 10,000 milliamp power bank with, I have 2 different cables. I do have a micro USB, which I need to charge my devices. And then I have a USB-C, which I need to charge my phone, which I'm currently recording with. This is also a wall outlet, a quick charge wall outlet, Qualcomm quick charge. So there's that. And then I'm going to do my Ditty Bag before I get into clothes. So basically, I do like to keep my stuff organized. So I have an Osprey little 3 liter bag that I will carry my Ditty stuff in. So basically, I do have long hair, so I need a little brush. There's my little brush, toothbrush, toothpaste, a little miniature fingernail file, which is really good for like toenails starting to get long and things like that. Chapstick, floss, which also can be used as thread if I needed to, stitch something up. So that's basically that. This is my basically repair kit. So I have Cuban fiber tape. I do have a needle. I have tape for my sleeping bag if I needed to repair that. And I also have like a couple pieces of moleskin, a couple pieces of Leuco tape, a couple earplugs, some hair ties, an extra bottle cap in case I lose a cap or something off one of my water bottles, a mini Bic, and yeah, that's basically it. You know, it's about 2 ounces worth of stuff, but that's all I need in that. Um, this I have pills, basically just some vitamin I, a couple daily multivitamins, some Benadryl, and a couple Imodium tablets, just in case I was to have an issue with that. That's like a mini loofah. It literally weighs like 0.2 ounces, and this is great for scrubbing the dirt off of your legs and that sort of thing, even like in a stream or in town. I might probably toss it at some point, but I'm taking that. And last but not least of my random Ditty Bag stuff, this is the most hideous looking thing in here, but these are actually cotton balls that are covered in Vaseline, and this is a fire starter. Alright, next I'm going to move to clothes. So first I have my sleep clothes. So starting at the top, I have a buff. Now, I actually usually will not even wear that buff on my head. I use that buff as a pillowcase over my stuff sack, and that actually makes a great pillow. I have tried a lot of the inflatable pillows. Nothing is as large or as comfortable as a buff over a 12-liter Osprey dry bag. This has literally been a lifesaver for me because I'm somebody that sleeps with like 4 pillows at home normally, and yeah, I like being comfortable sleeping, so that's a buff. Next is a lightweight pair of fleece gloves. Then icebreaker long sleeve top. This is Omni-Wool long bottoms that are basically, they're only like 20% merino wool. I have 100% merino wool icebreaker bottoms, but I've actually found that I like the blend better for the bottoms. Next is a sleep socks / second pair of socks. This is just Darn Tough Crew regular cushion. I normally bring a pair of crew length, and then I typically wear quarter length for my worn clothing. Then I have my rain gear. So first is my top, this is a Hyper Air GTX. This is by North Face. I love this jacket. It does use the Gore-Tex Active, which is just great. It's super breathable. It'll never wet out, and it weighs like 6.5 ounces. Next, I have my rain pants, which is a new pickup for me. These are the Z-Packs Virtus. This is the size medium waist but short length, which is perfect for me. They weigh like 2.8 ounces. Great to keep the wind off, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be getting my use out of these. So that's basically it for sleep clothes. Then this is probably my new favorite piece of gear, and I've not even used it yet. This is my new puffy. This is a new pickup for me from Enlightened Equipment. This is the Apex Torrid. I have the 10 denier fabric on the outside, the 7 denier on the inside. It is the hooded version. This is a size small. It weighs about 7.5 ounces. Unbelievably warm. Yeah, I'm going to do a full-on review of this later. But that is my new puffy that I will be using. Alright, and last but certainly not least is my worn clothing. So these are the clothes that I will be wearing on trail. Starting at the top, I just have a really lightweight sun-dry hat that I love. This is an Icebreaker 100% merino buff. It only weighs like 0.6 ounces. It's a short buff. I wear it all the time, and if I'm not wearing it, it's tucked in my shirt pocket as a sweat rag. so I have that on me at all times. I will be using, these are buff sun gloves. The tops of my hands do burn from using the trekking pole, and I'm going to probably not really use sunscreen, so I'm going to try and stay covered up. And yeah, that's gloves. Next, this is Arc'teryx Skyline long sleeve. This is just a great, comfortable, lightweight, really cool long sleeve shirt. That yeah, I could like have these in every color. I love this shirt. And then the Prana Stretch Zions. I do prefer wearing pants generally because I do tend to have issues with the sun, even on my legs. So I like to wear pants. Darn Tough quarter length regular cushion. And then new pickup for me, the Ultra Lone Peak 4s. I did do a hike about 2 weeks ago and put about 20 miles on these. And I think I'm going to love them. I switched from the La Sportiva Akiras, and it was a great switch. My feet feel a lot better in the Ultras, and so yeah, I'm officially on board with the Ultras. Alright, so that is basically it for my gear list. A couple other things that I will be bringing is the Galaxy S10 Plus that I'm currently recording with. Also the Video Mic Me from Rode, that is the microphone I am using currently also. And I will be using the UltraPod, this tripod. So I'll be using these 3 items for my filming and just documenting the trip. So UltraPod, Video Mic Me from Rode, microphone, and the Galaxy S10, which I'm currently recording with. So that pretty much sums it up, and my base weight with all of this that you see, excluding the cell phone, the microphone, and the tripod, is right at 10 pounds, basically 160 ounces, and that is, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, you know, I could be lighter for sure. I could definitely lose some weight on my sleep system, as far as I could probably go with a regular Neo Air X Lite, or even you know, a Z Lite, but I love my large Neo Air X Lite, so probably gonna stick with it for right now. And 10 pounds, you know, the 10-pound base weight, even carrying a couple liters of water and, you know, 3 to 4 days worth of food, I don't anticipate ever really carrying over 20 pounds. I expect to be between 16 and 18 a lot of the time, and that's comfortable for me, and really not a problem. I also will be using, I will be carrying the Colorado Trail Data Guide book, and using Guthook's app on my phone. So you guys let me know what you think. If you have any tips or advice or comments, opinions, just drop them down in the comments, and I'll get back to you on those. And I'll definitely be looking for some more gear reviews. I'm going to review especially some of my new gear, like the Enlightened Equipment Torrid, and the CNOC Outdoors bladder with the Sawyer Micro Squeeze. Definitely going to be reviewing that. And yeah, so be on the lookout for those things, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching.